There we go. Hi, everyone. I will eventually remember. Like, I'm so horrible about that. Also, you didn't see that. Oh. I could have sworn I saw something pop through. Okay. Anyway, hiya, bandits. Nice to see you on this wonderful Thursday. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Unfortunately, you guys can't see this. You guys can't see this. I wish you could. Because I would love to have some props going on. Because what I am doing right now, y'all remember last time? Guess who is drinking a nice hot cup of chai? Mm-hmm. That is good. Good. Oh, hi, Catherine. Drinking a hot Columbia mug of coffee. Look at that. We all have come with our favorite beverages. This is nice. How's everybody doing? Yes, I did. And we had curry tonight. Yes. Ah, nice chicken tikka masala. It was lovely, 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 lovely. And yeah, and now I am just going to sit here for a moment and I'm going to enjoy my nice hot cup of chai. It is like, this is one of those things where I can totally now relate with everything in this game where they talk about how calming and how nice a cup of chai is. Like, just how you can just sit there and just like it is one of those like total sensory things. Like, it's just a full on, like, you just sit here and you bring the cup up, and you smell it. You can just, even as you get close to the thing, like, you don't even have to do the whole like sniff thing. Like, you just come close to the mug and the smell just kind of just wraps around your nose. It's just like, I love it. The model, like, I totally pause whenever I take a drink because it's like, and now the camera can't see my face anymore. You can't see my face anymore. But you can tell when I come back because I'm like, ha ha ha. How's everybody's week been? I hope you guys have had a good week. Some of you I know are getting, this is the start of a 4-day weekend for some people. How nice for you. How nice indeed. But I actually am getting a 3-day weekend, so I can't really say too much. I mean, 1 day. Oh, it's not too bad. But it's been a long week. It's been a long week for me. Let's see. What can I talk about? There are one thing I'm really excited about eventually doing a crafting stream, and the reason why is because so I've talked about my adventures on the Oceanic server. I've talked about like how I'm robbing the poor Aussies blind. We just crossed 10 million gil on Oceanic server today. Yeah, I only get Monday off too, but I get Saturday and Sunday off as well, so, you know, 3-day. But you only get 1 day off? That's horrible. That's a horrible thing. Hopefully you get, well, no, I'd hope you get the weekend off. I'm gonna assume you get the weekend off. I'm assuming I'm reading too much into that. One of these days. Actually, what would that even look like with hand tracking? Like, I just thought about that. Like, did you just see my hands coming up with nothing there? Oh yeah, no, not like a 40. Okay, so you're getting the same 3-day weekend I'm getting. Yeah. Some people are special. Some people are very special, so they get lots of time. But yeah, so I was very excited about hitting. I don't even have 10 million gil on my character, on my quote-unquote main character. Like, this lady is just crafting and selling like hotcakes. I don't even know. I don't think I've even tried to. I don't think I've like really made it's one of those weird things. Like I've never really made a concerted effort to just like sell, like just make stuff and sell. Like maybe if I did that, maybe I'd make a lot more money. Actually, I probably would make a lot more money, but it's just so easy when there's nobody else crafting. You know, when you're the only person who makes stuff, it's pretty easy to sell it for however much you want to sell it for. So yeah, but I'm very happy about that. So good. And let's see. That's kind of been about it. We haven't really done that much. So we were going to do, my original plan for tonight was to do re-clears of Panda. But then I got told that tonight is Critical Role night. Or, correction, I didn't get told, I got reminded that tonight is Critical Role night. And so we cannot have anything of importance that happens on Thursday nights because some people will not be here and will be missing out. So, you know who you are. But I thought it'd still be nice anyway. We still have lots of side quests to do, so I figured we'd take tonight to go through Labyrinthos and see if we can't get all the, first of all, get flying unlocked, because that's, you know, really important. But also, let's see what side quests we have here. I know that one here involves a troll. That is about all I know about the quest, and I hope that it's going to be... I said nothing. I said nothing. I mentioned no names. No public shaming of people. We're just gonna say certain people have priorities. But that's fine because we get to sit here for a moment and I get to enjoy the rest of my chai. And it really is just calming. Like I can just sit here and just like probably lean back and just enjoy, just like I could just like zone out. Like it is that calming of tea. Yes. Oh, okay. You just had this look on your face. Yes. Ah. But yeah, so that is going to be our plan for tonight. Is we're going to go through Labyrinthos, see what we can. Oh, I just realized I didn't add this onto the scene. Hold on one second. We're going to do some editing here because, you know, why not? You guys are here. You guys get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes, quote unquote, magic that happens. So, okay, well, there's that appears, but we don't want that there. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna put this whoop, back here. So one of the cool things about this, the backdrop that I have here for the scene is that all these monitors back here are see-through, which is why I can put the chat over here, over here. But I kind of like the idea of still having the game, you know, the actual game, sitting on the actual monitor, you know, kind of like my, you know, actual monitors. And so I can do that. I can take the capture that we have of the game and we just stick it onto the monitor next to us, and there you go. You can see. It's just one of those little details. It's one of those little details that we have. There we go. So like if I move around, you can see that in the monitor behind me if I was doing stuff. Ooh, you can kind of see the sunlight coming through there. Anyway, just one of those, like, you know, little details. Like that's one of the things for me. I love the little details of streaming. I love the little details of, like, you know, getting things put in the right spot and making everything look kind of like it's believable almost. Like but this is really a pixelated place. Oh. That really is really good chai. Like I'm very, very happy, and it was a of all things, it's a concentrate, so I wasn't too didn't have too high hopes on it, but it was nice for being able to just like pour it in Heat it up. Drink it. Very tasty. Oh, and one other thing that we do need to do, at some point, I found out that I'm gonna have to do role quests soon. So I'm gonna have to get on leveling some jobs because apparently, I can't do mentor things until I complete the role quests. And I don't want to do the role quests unless I have a job that can get the XP from them, because I probably shouldn't be that needy about the XP. Like, I'll level everything eventually, but who knows? Who knows? Oh. We'll do that on no, Saturday's gonna have to be Panda Clear because we've put off Panda Clear too long. But I can see us doing some role quests on Tuesday. That sounds like a... Oh, actually, let's do it on Thursday. We'll do it a week from today. We'll do our role quests a week from today, since apparently that is the night for doing those kind of things. I don't... All right, I think I have... we're... There's still a little bit left. Tell me. I want to know how you guys have been doing. Ooh, and we got to change the music too. Like, I just hope everybody's been having a good week. Like, oh, that was one thing I did find out. I did find out. So I was wishing everybody, a few days ago, I was wishing everybody happy Valentine's Day. Hope everybody did something to, you know, show self-love for yourself. And I got a few people that came up to me and said, oh no, do not talk about single people on Valentine's Day. You don't get to talk about that, because yeah, you don't do special things on Valentine's Day otherwise. And they were fine. I mean, they were fine with it, but it was still one of those funny things of where it's like, I tried to wish everybody nice. I thought I was being a nice person, and apparently I was just like either stabbing wounds or saying things the wrong way. I am known to do that. I am known to say things very wrongly. But I thought I was being nice. Apparently I was not. So, if you were one of those people that were in any way offended by my Valentine's Day well wishes, I apologize. Not my intention. In Red Dead 2, I got eaten by alligators. That is how alligators show love. It's the holidays. Yeah, I know it is. Like, there's... don't get me started on trying to wish people holidays anymore. Oh my goodness. Like, it is so hard to properly wish people happy holidays for anything and have it sound any way sincere. Like, it's almost like half people take offense to even just being wished a happy holiday. I don't know. Okay, we have drained my chai cup. With that, that means we can get started. So we're gonna back up. We're gonna not that way, not that way. This way, our normal way. Yes, abort. On many ways that way. And there we go. There we go. All right, we are now back to our usual. Yes, it is now time to play. I have had my chai. We have relaxed. We have conversated. Conversticated. Yes, we have conversticated. We can now continue on with the story. So our first quest is up here. So Labyrinthos is, of course, the big area in the underground. Just trust me, it's underground. And we are going to do all the quests that get us flying first. We're going to do it on our Dark Knight, because our Dark Knight is, I think, one of the only classes we have left that is not 81. Oh no, I take that back. Ooh, no, we need to do. We're gonna change things up, and we're gonna do it on our monk, because our monk is almost at 81. So a few of these quests should knock it right up. That is not how I meant it, and you know it. Get your head out of the gutter. Alright, the Distracted Archivist has our first quest for the night. Lost Little Troll, the Distracted Archivist seems troubled. Hi, Tatsu! Oh, dearie me. My sweetest Shaggles, one of the Archeon's precious samples has fled. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? My apologies. I'm Noelitia, an archivist. The Archeon is home to various samples collected from all across the star, and one subspecimen has just escaped. A young troll, to be specific. Oh, I hope he hasn't been set upon by the local predators. Listen, I promise to compensate you, so could you please help me retrieve the specimen? My thanks. I will continue my search of this area. I'd like you to check the 33rd facet. Once you have a comprehensive look about, please meet me at the Archeon to report your findings. All right. Oh, look who has deigned to show us in all her glory. And hello, Zeb. Nice to see you too. Oh, this is your favorite quest. Well, that means, of course, that this stream is just going to be all downhill from here. So, we're getting it out of the way. Glad you all showed up at the beginning when things are good. Oh, and while we aggro on things. So while we're quilling on this quest, I'm going to mention that I learned a lesson. I learned a lesson last time that we streamed. And that was something I will reveal after we search this destination. Don't be rude, feel lucky. You see no trolls, great or small, perhaps a little bit further in. So, for those of you who were with me on my last stream, I have to say thank you. I really have to say thank you. And I'm so sorry. That stream was so long. So long. And one of the things I've always talked about is that I want to make these streams fun. I want everybody to have a good time while we're here. And yes, we're gonna stop on time today, and we're not gonna be worried about how long it takes for us to finish these things. We're just gonna do our stream, and if we don't get finished, then we don't get finished, and it's okay. It is okay to take our time. I have a bad habit. I have a very bad habit of rushing things, of pushing. That's the right word. Of just pushing on, got to get to the next thing. Oh, it doesn't matter. I am tired, but we're gonna push. We're gonna get to the next thing. No, that's bad for you. It's bad. It's a bad habit that a lot of streamers have, and no more. We're gonna nip that in the bud right now. So, for those of you who were with me on my last stream, thank you so much for putting up with it. I appreciate it. Y'all were better troopers than I was, because I was whining by the end of that. And seriously, who wants to listen to me whine? Nobody wants to listen to that. I don't want to listen to that. Also, I don't know how to get up there. I guess this... Oh, can I... I guess that's how you get up there. But yes, we are going to be good. We're going to be good little raccoons this time. The errant troll is nowhere to be seen. Noelitia may have had better luck. Oh, I hope so. Because we have had no luck at all. Other than making piles of leaves and mushrooms angry at us. My tummy's all warm now. Got that. Ooh, hello. Ooh. Whoa. Did he just change color? That was kind of cool. Oh, there it is. Wind aspected. Body's ethereal balance is leaning towards wind. Yeah, it is an A rank. Yeah. So cool. So cool. I love seeing those things around. I still remember, that was one of the biggest things I remember seeing when, was it Asmon? It may have been Asmon who was doing it. But I remembered a lot of the WoW streamers, or it was one of the WoW streamers that was on some interview or whatever it was. Maybe it was Rich. I can't remember who it was. But one of them talked about the fact that like this was unheard of for them in WoW. That, you know, it was they saw an A rank and they're like, oh, that's a big thing. Let's go and kill it. And everybody else was like, no, you leave it. He's like, but we could kill it right now. He's like, yeah, but you don't. That would be rude. And the WoW people are like, what? What? What do you mean rude? And they're like, yes, that would be rude. You leave it. You wait till the train gets called. And when the train gets called, then we all go and we kill it together. And it blew their mind that our community is like that. That our community is like, no, we'll wait until everybody gets there. And he's like, well, what if we're not there when the train goes? Like, well, then you lose out and you'll better hop on the train the next time it shows up. All right, Mr. Tia, I see. Well, I was unable to find the specimen either. However, I did meet someone who claimed to have seen it in Mornvale Forest. Let us head there and see if we can't track it down. All right, more tracking down of the troll. But it's always one of the things I've liked about Final Fantasy XIV. I've loved that kind of community that's grown up. Like that mentality has been there since beta. Like, what was it? So when beta happened, there was a particular every opening zone had an NPC that you had to talk with, go through a cutscene, and it would enter into a duty together. And the servers got so overloaded with all the people trying the beta that it couldn't handle all the people trying to get into that instanced area all at the same time, so it kept booting everybody out. And the only way it would happen to do is that everybody had to make a line. And so we did. So we all got together and we made a line, and nobody cut. Everybody just stayed in place and waited your turn. And when you got up to the thing, you would click on the thing. You'd wait till you go into the instance. And once you've gone to the instance, then the next person would go. Like, just a level of civility and politeness that I was not really accustomed to in most other MMOs. But it happened, like, very naturally. Like, it wasn't a thing where, like, somebody had to, like, beat it down that was what we were going to do. It's just oh, that's what we have to do? Okay, then we do it. Everybody just does it. And nobody quit. Nobody, like, bitched about it. Nobody complained. I think it was kind of like, oh, I hope they fix the server so we don't have to do this next time. But that was it. I mean, there was nobody complained about that at all. I've had that. It happened in real life. Don't hit the bee's nest by yourself. True. That is not a thing to ever do. Yes, there can be no doubt. These are Shackle's footprints. I have uncovered the specimen's trail. It should be close. If you find it under threat from the local fauna, you may dispatch its assailants. So I warned my husband when we owned a house not to touch the large bee's nest in the tree near the roadway. Hire a group to do the work. But I watched a woman cut down the bee's nest. Oh no. Who does that? Who looks at a bee's nest and goes, I should cut that down. I want to take that home so I can feed it to my dogs. I don't know. I watched the What? What kind of crazy shit is this? This is in Florida, right? Please tell me this is in Florida. This will make so much more sense to me in my head if I know that this is still happening in Florida. No, any of those things. You don't take those things. You call the people. You let the people do the thing. What do you? It's interesting to watch city dwellers in suburban rural communities. That is true. It's true to watch that of both, by the way. Like anybody who is out of their element. Goodness, the stories we had of when we went to visit my mom, who lives out in the middle of, you know, little podunk, you know, Hicksville everywhere. We come from the big city. He took this. Let me see something really quickly, because I need to. Excuse me, brother. Oh, that's what that's for. Never mind. No, I'm just reminding myself that I really need to I really need to get my hands on the leap motion thing so that you can see when I face palm. You can see when I just do. And the teacher who took the praying mantis nest took. Oh. This is hurting me. This is hurting me very, very much. Hey, look, it's Shaggles. Look, we have things we can attack. I didn't charge up my stuff because I can't. I don't monk well. Yeah, I'm kind of like not even. Also, we're gonna charge up our thing now just so I don't forget another time. Hello there, Shaggles. Oh, I'm so glad you returned. I'm so glad you're unharmed. You're all safe now. Come on, let's go home, sweetie. Girl and buffoon, grr. The Archeon is under threat. I must do something, grr. You can talk. You can understand me? Wait, are you able to communicate with him? Incredible! I've never met somebody with such a skill before. This bundle of joy was born in Labyrinthos. However, he was abandoned by his mother and in quite the state by the time we found him. He possesses remarkable intelligence for one of his kind. We've elected to use him as part of a study into the effects of growing up in an artificial environment. I had seen him making gestures that indicated he was reading the tomes here, but I thought he was just copying those around him. To think he actually understands speech. Though I do wonder why you are able to understand him, and I am not. I'm sort of special. Really? Oh, what I wouldn't give to understand him too. You possess the echo, don't you? I find it difficult to the way your kind do, but I suppose it makes sense that you understand my general sentiments. I happen to learn of said power from the tomes in the Archeon. Honestly, that buffoon over there is surrounded by a sea of knowledge, and he makes no effort to engage with it. Grrr. At any rate, I am glad to finally have someone to talk to. As I was saying earlier, the Archeon is in grave danger. Some garrulous gleaner managed to bring woodworms in with them during a visit. If we leave them be, they're bound to cause irreparable damage to the materials at the facility. I tried my best to tell that buffoon, but it was no use. That's why I took a chance and went in search of some of my own kind to see if they would help. But you saw how that turned out. Well, what is he saying? You're a buffoon. You're an idiot. No, dearie me. Still, it was most courageous of him to try and solve the issue on his own. Now that we are aware of it, we need to sort out this pest problem at once. Would you mind helping out a little longer? You're the only one who can understand him after all, and he seems realms ahead of us with regards to the situation at hand. And so it begins. And of course, this is, I believe, if I remember this correctly, this is one of the minions that you can only get from the dungeon. Bastards. Problematic pests. Now that he's being understood at last, Shaggles is full of vim and vigor. Allow me to explain the first thing first. Staff at the Archeon regularly use alchemic pesticides to keep the place free from harmful grrrs. Unfortunately, the wormwood I found seems to be entirely resistant to the type of pesticide employed at the facility. I skimmed a few tomes, including the new Eorzean Griographic, but I couldn't manage to identify the Vilekin in the Archeon. I'm guessing it must be a new species. Grrr. We won't get very far if we know nothing of the enemy, so I went ahead and captured one of the woodworms. We can try showing it to someone who knows more about this sort of thing than I do. I see. Well, in that case, I think we'd best served by a biologist at Muriel's Economics. Shall we? Hey, Boba. Boba is here, apparently doing the same quest. Now, where is... Oh! Alright, so we need to head back to the ergonomics station. I'm pretty sure it's Itioscope. Pretty sure. In fact, let's take a moment and check, shall we? It is important to know what dungeons we are going to be running till the end of days, because they know which ones you need. Tiny troll, possible drop from the Itioscope. Yep, that is it. Oh, let's see here. What is the text for it? Summon your tiny troll, the good kind that makes constructive, well thought out comments. And originally an inhabitant of Labyrinthos, this inquisitive young troll snuck into the Itioscope, where it fell into the ethereal sea. There it met the soul of its ancestors, an experience that saw it mature beyond its tender years. True. That is true. Like, if I met all my ancestors after, you know, falling somewhere, I think that would... I'm sure that would have a profound impact on me. I would not be the same raccoon you see here today. Gosh, can you imagine trying to explain VTubing to your ancestors? That's, forget coming out of the closet. That's a conversation that's just... You're not winning that one. You're not going to. That's going to be a. I think I would struggle to explain it to my parents. I think I could. I totally think I could explain this to my parents, and I would just explain it to them as. It's like Sesame Street. It's like the Muppets. You know, instead of, you know, Jim Henson being on the TV, he had Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. And this is just the modern day version of Muppets. That's how I would explain it to my parents if I explained this to my parents. I haven't explained this to my parents. They can wait till they have to buy my merch. Hey Mom, wear this cute raccoon girl on a shirt. It'll be great. I know both sides of my family before they passed, they were scientists and farmers. That's an interesting combination. That must have been fascinating. Oh, here we are. Your troll showed me the woodworm samples, but the best I can do is confirm that I've never seen it before. I'd say your hypothesis that it's an undiscovered species is highly likely. In order to ascertain how best to deal with the insect, we would need to learn about its original habitat. Grr. Well, I found it clinging to a Thavnarian tool used to make medicines that was recently brought to the Archeon. It was delivered by a Rogagan gleaner. Let's go ask her about it. Well, what are we waiting for then? To the Archeon! That troll truly does speak to you, doesn't it? Perhaps that wormwood is not the only new species in our midst. Yes, there's also male Vieira. Ha ha! Gosh, why do those things have to be so pretty? Why do I just call them those things? They're the male Vieiras are people too. They are not things. They have feelings and emotions. That should all belong to me. They're so yummy. Seriously. No male of the species deserves to be that yummy. None. Zero. Every time I run into one, I'm just like, can I just nibble? It's fine. Oh, that? I found it in Thavna. To be more specific, at the alchemist outpost, the great work. It was used by the first alchemist, they say, and there are few tools like it still extant. I spent days arguing my case before its owner agreed to hand it over. It's all coming together now. The woodworm probably exposed to so many alchemic concoctions in that settlement that it developed a hardy resistance to substances like the pesticide. Let's waste no time in gurning the biologist about this. I feel like I've seen that little troll in the Archeon. Is it alright for him to be out and about like this? Circumstances have required us to set him free for a bit. Closely monitored, of course. Now, where did he go? Oh my! We shall make for Mariel Ergonomics straight away then. Back we go. But yes, male VR are very hand grabby. Well, that certainly makes a lot of sense in light of all that's happened thus far. I happen to know that the alchemic pesticides we use at the Archeon was created in Thavnair, so it's hardly surprising that our woodward friend has developed a resistance to it. Now how shall we solve this conundrum? Just so many things, because okay, so this is one of those things this is one of the things that's been a little bit hard, and it was actually hard with streaming beforehand because the camera just can't pick up your hands. And, you know, probably in a former life, I just talk with my hands a lot. Like I can be very visual with my hands. So I've always missed that part of being able to converse with everybody. It's one of the things that doesn't translate well on screen, but hopefully it will someday. So, no, hopefully soon. The males sound different from the other characters. They're gorgeous. They're so pretty. Oh, and they're all androgynous. They're all so like it's like No, they're not like Italians. Nothing about those bunnies or anything like Italians. What the hell? That's weird. Italian bunnies. It's good the characters in the game can gesture with hands. Yeah, they can. Yeah, like, hold on. Can I get my? I know I can do something like that. Hold on 1 second. Let's go through our list here. I believe isn't there one? Yeah, there's one for conversing. Oh, that's just. Maybe it was a ludicate? No. Insist. What else do we have here? We have shush, but that needs to be, yeah, there's backflip, me, look out. There's so many emotes in this game. Scheme is fun, but it has a really creepy look to it. At ease, breath control. No. None of these. That man just walked through me. Rude. I'm emoting right here. Can you not walk around me? Yeesh. Pose, flex, back and throw. Hand over. No, not look out. And he did it again. How rude. Anyway, I'm sure there's an emote somewhere that I could use for that, but... Pests be gone. The biologist has worms on the brain. It may not be the most inventive solution, but what if we were to make an even stronger pesticide? But how? Assuming that's a yes, I need you to get your hands on a luncheon toad's poison gland. I'll take care of the rest. Oh my. Despite their adorable name, those toads are not to be trifled with. Think you're up to it? The buffoon clearly isn't, so I'd say you're our only hope. I take it he skipped right past to asking you for assistance. You'll find the toads roaming near Numa. Numa? Yay! You take care now. But yes, one of the things I like about the game is I like the fact that most of the races tend to be, you know, they definitely have their own personalities to them, you know, and their own like styles to them. Like the elves are very haughty and aloof, and the cats are the Mikote are very animated and lively. And then you have the Vieira, who are just models. They're just models. Like the women are just long-legged models, and the men are just drool-worthy androgynous candy. Melt in your mouth, probably. And no, we're not discussing the Lalas. That was not the button I wanted to hit. '71 here in Florida, that's what makes the game enjoyable. At least it's not in the 90s. I feel left out. Really, Bella? Do you really? Oh, speaking of Lalas. Yeah, they're big toads here. Speaking of Lalas, I made a special Lala. I made a very special Lala. Because I have a Lala on the server here. And I decided to do something very silly with her. If you want to, I'll show you afterwards. I'll show you before the stream is done. Ooh, judging by the smell, I think it's safe to assume you got what I asked for. Allow me to tuck that away before we all pass out from the stench. Yeah, please take that away. Out of smell, out of mind. And now I've got all I need to make one of the most potent pesticides out there. Hold on just a moment. Director! What exactly are you making there? And why does it smell like the inside of a toad? And you, Melitia, I believe your job requires you to bring any missing specimens back to the Archeon, not take them on a tour of the realm. Please, allow me to explain. Perhaps lots of gamers have a fave Lala, and that's okay. They don't have to reveal. No, it's just more that Lalas are children. I see why you felt such drastic action is needed. However, I cannot permit you to release such a potent pesticides inside my Archeon. It could damage what is housed within, and there's no telling how it might affect the Labyrinthos environment once the fumes inevitably escape the building. Whilst the pesticide we currently use may be on the weaker side, that is also one of its strengths. It has a negligible impact on the environment. You clearly haven't given your plan much thought. Fear not, I shall come up with a solution in due course. For now, let us return the specimen to the Archeon. There's little to be gained by allowing a troll to ruminate on such matters, no matter how odd it may be. Grr, me another chance. I can't sit back and watch those marvelous books be destroyed. Is it addressing me? It truly wishes to protect the tomes so strongly. Very well. In light of you having discovered the wormwood issue in the first place, I shall grant you one more chance to present a solution. Should you prove capable in ridding us of the infestation, I promise to insist treating you as a mere specimen. Assuming that you come up with the solution all on your own, of course. You are forbidden from consulting the researchers. Understood? Nah, that's a cute nod. All right. Are we gonna apparently we're gonna have that discussion. We're gonna have the Lala discussion. Whether Lalas are kitties. So here's what I come to. Here's where I land on the whole lot. Are we all on equal footing here? Do we all know what a Lala is? Bella, Bella, you're online, aren't you? Bella, you are still online, aren't you? Please tell me you're online. Bella, would you be so kind as to be our token Lala? See, look, looked like you were going to you weren't going to get featured or anything, and now you're going to be the star of the show. Aha! All right, if you're here, and you have flying in Labyrinthos, can you come to my location? Which zone am I in? Hold on, let me tell you. Actually, here, I just impart you to a party. It'll automatically make you come into my instance. It'll make things easier. Where are you? Let me find you. There you are. Invite to party. There we go. You are not here to be featured, but you will be, because we need a Lala. A Lala is needed. So Bella's gonna come here and be a nice demonstrating for a Lala, because we need a Lala on demand. And we're gonna step out of the way so this guy stops walking through us. Jeez, what a rude person. So in most of these type of games, especially games that come from the East, there's always a smaller thing. And yes, there are hobbits. There are hobbits. And in even, other fantasy games, there are, gnomes and fairies and dwarves. Like, there are many types of small people. There she is. Oh, and she's on TV too. Look, Bella, this is going to be TVception, because you are going to be on TV. On TV. Oh, So thank you, Bella, for showing off your la-la self. All right. Hi, cutie. So, la-las. Here's the thing. Most of the Japanese, and that's I think the difference between Japanese and Western versions of small people is that even most of the small people that are in Western fantasy, such as gnomes, dwarves, and everything, they tend to have either a hardy look to them or they have a rugged look to them. They don't tend to have very childlike features and childlike things. Yeah, but Eastern cultures tend to err more on, like you said, the hug. Yeah, and we have the Shinuiba. See, you're getting upstaged, Bella, already by your. Yes, and I'm still wearing your award-winning Valentine's Day costume, and it was adorable. So yeah, that is what they err on, is adorable. But the other part of it is that if everybody was innocent and pure, then yes, there'd probably be no problems. The problem is that not everybody is innocent and pure. There are some really crazy people out there. Here, look at that. They're pretty close to. Yeah, minions always look great next to Lalas just because they're so small. Anyway, here's my point on things is that there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with small people, and there's nothing wrong with cute small people. But there's always that line, and that line is not exactly the clearest thing here. Urianger has black and blue shins. Probably from carrying around Tataru and Kryl all the time. Yeah. So no, I play Lalas. I think Lalas are adorable. And if you're somebody who is good at being cute and you enjoy indulging your cute side, then they are great. But of course, all I keep coming back to is all the creepy people that keep talking about, well, she's 800 years old, so it's technically when I fantasize about her, it's not. Yeah, the minute that they go into that line, I'm like, nope, we're done here. There's just a line. There's just a line. Like, okay, sure, they can be adults and they can have deep voices and everything else and all that stuff, but there's always still like a relationship to what's out in the real world. So I don't know. They're cute, but they weird. And anybody who plays them is good people. Good people. They are good people that play Lalas. There are also some not good people that play Lalas. I think that's probably the thing, because so when I started playing my Lala alt on Crystal. And I ran into a group of people who were very much on the other side of the whole Lala thing, the extreme creepy side, the extreme, like, oh no, I need to notify Interpol about this. Somebody needs to stop that. Yeah, it was creepy. It was really creepy. And of course they were like, come and play with us, Kitasha. It'll be fun. You're a Lala too. You must like to do things like Lalas do. And I'm like, in fact, I'm like this. Oh, you're still here. Yeah, it's the... And now I am slowly backing away. Yeah, they're... I I don't know. It's the same thing with Terra. Terra has the same problem too with their little folks beforehand. Terra's even worse because they're yeah. Terra has some yeah. They let you go full on skimp, huh? And if you can't hear from the peanut gallery over there, nasty. But yeah, so Lala's hit a kind of interesting point for me is that they can be cute, and they can be adorable, and with the powers of good, with the powers of all that is good and cute, then they are lovable, huggable, and must be protected, and all the good things that come from, you know, the things that are nice and pure. But there's also a dark side. And you have to be wary of the dark side. Don't give in to the dark side. The dork side is fine. The dark side is not. Well then, maybe it's time for me to enter into Final Fantasy with the Lala I've been designing up. Yes, absolutely. If you have the desire to be, if you want to play somebody who's cute, oh yeah, Lala's got you covered. Lala's totally got you covered. The dark side has cookies. So this also goes back to like the other half. It's always one of those things where there's not a cut and dry thing, because remember I've talked about this. Oop. Get my body to come back into spot. It's like I've talked about before several times. You know, games like this, be who you want to be. You know, if you want to be a cute little bundle of whatever it is, you do that. The game lets you do that. But I think that's always what I'm going to say. It's like, if you do these things, you know, do the thing that makes you happy. Be the thing that does the thing. But there's the but there, and it's hard to put that but into, but the cake is a lie. Yes. It's hard. It's just hard to put it into like a good way to say it, to where, because like you don't want to be like tamping down on people's dreams, but you still want to be tamping down on those dreams. There are certain dreams there that no, do not touch those. This is my problem. I can't be both cute and hot, so I buy Fantasias. Yes. That is the curse of the Lala. You cannot be cute and hot. You can be cute. That is all you should be. And that's fine. If you want to be a cute little Lala, do it. And if you want to be a sexy cat girl, do it. If you want to be a hot bunny boy, call me. But yes, Lalas are, it's just one of those really, really gray areas. Like, there's a lot of the game that's pretty clear cut. Lalas are very much a gray area. And so it's one of those things where I want to be positive and I want to be supportive of all the people that do it, until you aren't on the other side, on the one side of the gray. You go on the other side, then there's things. But yes, Final Fantasy is a lot of fun, regardless of how you try to play it. Unless you play it. God, you guys have got me started on this thing now, and I can't say the nice things anymore without saying, but. You know what? Here's what I can say. Here's what I can say unequivocally. If you're playing how you like to play and you're not hurting anybody, then that's fine. That's good. The minute you start doing something that makes somebody else feel uncomfortable, or the minute you start doing something that makes somebody else sad, or feel uncomfortable, or makes them want to go away, then that's a problem. There. That I can say. Yep. Look, I got the la-la thumb of approval with that one. You know what? Maybe this should be a great stream idea. I'll just sit here and wax poetic, and Bella here will act out what I'm doing. Yes, I think that would be amazing. It'll be like a interpretive dance. That frowny thing. That was, I don't know how to take that. But at one point do we start being responsible for how others feel? No, I think that's at what point okay, you now now we're okay. No quest done today. Thank you. And look who's pulling that card. I don't want to hear nothing about progress today from you, young lady. Not a word. What point do we stop being responsible for how others feel? You don't. Like everybody is here. We're gonna. So everybody no. You already asked your question. So you lost out on your play game thing for a bit. I think it's everybody's responsibility. I think it's everybody's responsibility to at least be considerate of each other. Like, for example, Bella here is very, very, and correct me if I'm wrong. This is just how I've seen it. Bella here is very, very, but sensitive may not be the right word, but she really doesn't like slurs that much. She doesn't like it, especially against particular people of certain sexual orientations. Is very much not a fan of those. And you know, people who use that make her uncomfortable. They make her, you know, upset. And there's never a point where that's not your job to not, you know, to make things happy for her. You know, if you can still choose to do, you know, to say whatever you want to say, but realize that that's going to have those consequences, that Bella's probably not going to like you that much. I had to learn diplomacy, peacekeeping, equal time, and careful about payoffs. Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be, you can't please all the people. But you have to at least be considerate of everybody. Like, you can't, there's no way that I am ever going to make everybody happy who watches the stream. Nobody is going to like watching my stream all the time. That's fine. It happens. The stream's not going to be for everybody. But I'm still always cognizant of it. I'm at least willing to listen. If somebody doesn't like something on the stream or something that I do, I'm always willing to, at least, you know, hear you out. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what things you... Yeah, and I know all that I'm going to hear from Zab is, well, I don't like that you don't play the game. I just think it's easy to say that, but it's amazing what people... No, it's true. No, there are... People will get offended by things that you know... I will admit, I have offended so many people by saying things that I didn't realize were even offensive. I have done that so many times. And there have been rare occasions where people have done the same thing to me. You know, you can't, I'm not saying that you can't go around not offending people. You're going to offend somebody. I will offend somebody. I have offended many people before. I will offend more people. But it is important that you realize, kind of, you know, you take stock of that every time you do. And, you know, try to figure out, you know, how that all fits into you. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth it to you to offend those people. Maybe you, I mean, you know, I'm perfectly happy to offend Nazis. I will say anything that will offend a Nazi. That's perfectly fine. I don't mind offending those people. Those people can be offended all day long. I don't give a shit. So, you know, yeah. That's, and Bella has the good point. Sometimes you don't know. You cannot read people's minds. But especially if you know that it offends somebody and you keep doing it and you do it in front of them, then yeah, then you're being a shithead. And yeah, you deserve all the stuff that comes with it. So when anyone says we are responsible for others' feelings, we're not considering what that actually means. Oh, work in human resources for 6 years and tell me people are, oh no, I am not saying that people are not ridiculous. Hello, we all know that people make ridiculous demands all the time and get their feelings hurt over the silliest things. And that's okay. But even in my position, even in the positions that you're in the position where people tell you ridiculous things and you say things that may hurt their feelings or may make them feel uncomfortable, you still have to be, you have to consider it. You don't necessarily have to do anything about it, but you have to consider it. Like, for example, Lalas. Lalas can be cute and everything, but some people may get offended by Lalas because it gets too close to that, it gets too close to kids. It gets too close to children. It gets too close to doing things with kids that make them uncomfortable. And that's valid. It's totally valid. And it's okay for you to consider that. Like, yeah, I mean, if you want to be a Lala and they don't like Lalas, then that's fine. You guys are just not going to agree and they can go on their way at that point. Yes, we're all ridiculous. Every single one of us. Every single one of us has got our own little quirks, and that's fine. The quirks are what make us unique. If we were all the same people who all didn't get offended by anything, and we all just sat around happy as clams together, I mean, hello, this game should have taught us that as part of one of the dungeons that we run, is that if everything is happy and you don't have anything to do, you're just going to end up, bored. Bella's just enjoying the heck out of like posing now, and that's great. You can, yeah. I like this. It's nice. So yeah. Anyway, what was I saying about Lalas? I'm just saying that they are cute and adorable, and I love every single one of them, including the ones that I play. But they are still kind of kids, and I will always have this thing where it's like, yeah, because what was the big thing? So we got the Omega outfit, and I went and bought that just because I know that it makes people just a tiny bit uncomfortable seeing a Lala in this strappy outfit that makes them look like they have boobas. It really doesn't look good on them. Like, it's one of those things where I look at it and go, even I get uncomfortable looking at it after a while. So, but I had a point, but I really didn't. It's just more you ask questions and I'm going to sit here and ramble off my thoughts on them because that's kind of what I do. So. Well, do we want to get back to questing, or do you guys have more off-topic things we want to discuss? Because I'm fine either way. Like, this has been kind of fun. It's not the usual thing. We haven't sat down and had one of our like mid chat things. But it's been fun. You're done? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Bella, for coming and being our on-screen Lala who demonstrates truly the power of cuteness. No one will argue with that. And if you do, she's gonna kick you in the shins. And you're doing an amazing job at it. You're just there being cute, and it's adorable. Yep. And the best voice too. All right. We are going to do the quest, though. We are going to eventually finish this. We may only finish one quest line tonight. And you know what? That's fine. That is okay. It is okay if we take a week to finish all the quests in Labyrinthos. No more 5-hour streams of anything. It's fine. Dream big. Shaggles is searching for a solution. Grr. I worry that I won't be able to come up with a way to solve our problem. Let me grr and think on my own for a bit. Hey Bella, I have an idea. After this, do you wanna run a Teoscope and see if we get a chance at taking Mr. Snuggles home? It's all right. You don't need to interpret for me. Even I can tell he's struggling with the weight of this task. You know, creatures like trolls tend to perk up when someone pets them. Why don't you show Shaggles some affection? He might not pretend to like it at first, but trust me, he'll warm up to it soon enough. Ooh. It's a petting one. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm walking around like I know where I'm going and I don't. Did I choose the... Okay, no, I did not choose the wrong... Did I did choose the wrong way. Tune in next week when Kitasha finally gets flying in the next zone. I never got my head pats. That is true. That is true. An error we must rectify. Nah. And I love this. I still love the fact that if someone is shorter than you... Oh, check this out, Bella. Check this out. Check this out. This is great that you're on boxes. Let's see if it'll work. Try giving me either a hug or a pet. I think you will not... reach up. And if I do it right, you might actually even kneel. Yep, so she just does a regular hug. Let me go down. Oh, actually here. Now if you do a pet, you probably kneel. Nope. Hold on. We're gonna need to ground sit. And let's adjust the pose so I'm at least as tall as I can be. There you go. Just pet me and see if you should kneel down, I think. Yep. See, you two can act like you're big. I love that I found that out the other day, that everything will actually kneel or reach up or whatever it is based off of the height of whatever you're doing it is. Yep, your very first kneel down and pet somebody as a Lala. And there are some places where you can get that to look really, really good. Like some particular like furniture or height differences make that just kind of fun and nice. But yeah, I think that's the one thing I really do like about... It's the one thing that makes Lala's a little bit more quote-unquote acceptable in this game compared to things like Terra, is that Terra doesn't make any bones about it. Like, no, their little people are totally sexualized. Like, we're not even gonna, you know, hide the fact that we're dressing them up in skimpy nightgowns and everything else. And at least here, there's like a modicum of like decency. Even the most sexiest outfits that you can wear as a cat will still look, you know, dainty and, you know, but cute and respectable, I think is probably the best way I can think of to say it. Ah, you didn't know you could do that. Well, glad I could teach something new. I can't come up with anything good. I'm just a little creature. Shaggles is down in the dumps. Perhaps petting it would help him cheer him up. Sure. Grr. What are you doing? I'm not a dog. Actually, do I have pet on my things? I do. Grr. He. Oh no, are we about to go into cuteness? You know, I actually feel a bit better now. Pets do make you feel better. It seems like he's back to his old self. Listen, Shaggles, if anyone can do this, it's you. Grr. I'd normally call him a buffoon and move on, but I'm the grr who nearly destroyed Labyrinthos' ecosystem by unleashing a super strength pesticide. If anyone's a fool, it's me. I know I'm forbidden from consulting the researchers, but I can ask you for advice, right? You must have fought your fair share of foes on your adventures. How do you take down the especially grr ones? I harness all my strength. I focus on their weaknesses. I simply end them. I focus on their weaknesses. The woodworms do come from tropical climes, so their weakness would probably be freezing temperatures. Though if we make it too cold in the Archeon, we'll risk exposing the books to frost damage when all the moisture in the air freezes. Wait. The air! Deprive them of the air they need to survive! I bet we could starve the worms of oxygen with the gas emitted when you pour hydrochloric acid on limestone. We'll need to evacuate the staff and other living specimens, but it wouldn't damage the tomes or documents. We won't know if it'll work until we grr to go. Only Tia can get the acid, so I just need you to find some limestone. There's more than enough for the taking in the 30 grr facet. Meet us at the Archeon once you have it. I get the impression you've come up with a solution. Would you mind filling me in? Brilliant. Though, I'd best at least pretend to be looking after Shaggles while I fetch that acid. Please do get that stone in the meantime. Well, away for stone we go. It's time to get stoned. I tried. Alright. 3 things of limestone from 2 spots in the cave. Putting what 2 compounds together? They're putting if I saw that correctly, hydrochloric acid and limestone. Now I'm curious. You got me thinking about that. It's like, hydrochloric acid and limestone. Let's see, what is the here we go. What is the reaction between limestone and hydrochloric acid? Limestone is predominantly calcium carbonate. A test is the addition of 10% solution of HCl. And look for a bubbly reaction as the acid releases. The more calcium carbonate present, the more vigorous the reaction. Oh, nobody likes that. Stop that. Lots of videos of it, so if you will go search for that, you can see lots of videos of that actual reaction. I don't know if what it does for pulling the oxygen out of the room, but... But I'm willing to go with it. I'm willing to go with it there. Oh, and Bella, you have left, so I'm gonna assume you're getting close to Betty Bye. Right? Science. Oh, see, I was right. Thanks for hanging out and being our wonderful little Lala to look at and adore for, you know, Kit Kat sit down and chat time. Good time for Lala Potato. Oh, and deliver the limestone to Shaggles. Oh, it started raining while we were in the cave. I do love the rain. It's one of those wonderful sounds that when you are going to sleep, there's nothing better than listening to and feeling the rain. Like, you guys can feel the rain, right? You know, when it starts raining and you get that kind of like not quite such cold breeze that comes from it. Oh God, that just thinking about it made me just not so good. Everyone's out and we've got the acid as promised. Did you keep your end of the bargain? Yep. Barely sufficient limestone. Run-of-the-mill limestone that will nevertheless produce the desired chemical reaction. Sometimes it's fun to read the item descriptions. Minigurs, I'll be right back. Aren't you supposed to consult with the lady before you do it? I filled the test room with gas. Now we only need to wait and see what happens. Grr. You know, I've been on my own almost as long as I can remember. I do recall that I constantly questioned my parents, which is probably what led them to giving up on me altogether. That same intelligence or belligerence, depending on who you saw me rescued and brought here. It made me interesting, I suppose. But I've only ever been treated as a specimen. You're the first person I've been able to actually have a conversation with. For the longest time, the Archeon's books were my only friends. They were both my loyal companions and my window from which I gazed upon the outer world. That's why I can't stand by and let them be destroyed. Naturally, I would love for my intelligence to be recognized so I might become a researcher in my own right. But more than anything, I want to protect the Archeon. Give that girl a lab coat. It worked. It actually worked. The pests are no more and the tomes look as good as new. Well done. Your method is both effective and safe. We shall waste no time in using it to rid the entire facility of wormwoods. As promised, you will no longer be treated as a mere specimen. From now on, you are an apprentice researcher. Grrr! Thank the heavens the Archeon will be safe once more. And allow me to thank you for everything. I couldn't have done it alone. My very first project as an apprentice will be to study how to produce sounds like your kind do. After grr, if I want to be a researcher, I need to learn how to speak with people other than you. It's good to see Shaggles looking so pleased. Thank you for all you've done for us. But before you go, could you perhaps tell me what he thinks of me? He calls you a buffoon regularly. He's rather disparaging. No. If we have bad choice A and bad choice B, you're a buffoon regularly. Is that so? Ah, but he's too adorable to be angry with. Come, let me pet you. Cease this, you buffoon! I'm no one's pet! No, come back! Can't take them anywhere. I want to see him later with a, I want to see him with a little research coat on. That is what I want now. I want to see that little scruffy guy with that on. All right, so we have finished one quest. Fortunately, that is the long quest, so the other quest for getting flying will probably be a little bit faster. And I think that's probably will be where we'll, that's as much as we'll be able to do this stream, is we'll maybe get it to fly. We will maybe be able to fly by the end of this. Yeah, oh yeah, we're not finishing all the quests here tonight. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. That is a lot of quests. There's a lot to do here. But we'll take care of the important quests. And that's just this one area. That's just this area. Forget that. There's still the area that we came from that's there. We have that town that's up here. Still has all those quests here. Then we have another town over here. That's got a few more quests in it. Yeah, this is gonna be and that's the thing I learned last time. We're gonna be patient. We're not gonna need to rush this. There's no need for us to rush doing all these quests. Gleaner's wish. The Vieira Gleaner is watching with. Oh! Before we accept, here. Look at that handsome boy. Here, in fact, let's even. Where is my? Because it is dark. It is dark right now. Let's get some. There we go. Now you can see that. Look at that. Look at that. See what I'm talking about when I say these guys are. When I say these guys are androgynous. Oh, that's right. If I turn off the HUD, it makes the sun go away. So you can just. androgynous, but so pretty, so adorable, so they all scrumdiddly-umptious. Gleaner's Wish, the Vieira Gleaner is watching you with interest. You're a visitor to Charlian, aren't you? You do have a worldly look about you. As a gleaner, I too have journeyed far and wide. Tell me, where's the farthest you have ventured? Another world. Is that meant to be in jest? The look on your face tells me you're serious. You should do nicely. You see, I need a more experienced traveler to say a prayer for me before I leave for Girabanya. If you would do me the honor, the reactor operator by the tower to the south should have a lantern crystal prepared for the purpose. Interesting. A prayer before you go out. And as always, one of the nice things about doing our flying quest first is that once we do those, it makes the rest of them a little bit faster. But I'm also not gonna... Yeah, it's... I like showing off the game to you guys, but I also like just talking with you guys. It's all fun. It's all fun for me. Hopefully it's fun for you guys too. Are you here for the crystals? I hope it does some good for that gleaner. Those folks need all the luck they can get. Lanterns light the way to the darkness, a tool which can mean the difference between life and death. They are synonymous with safe passage, and as such, it has become custom in recent days to imbue the crystals inside with the prayers of a more seasoned traveler. And today, that traveler is you. Simply face the crystal and pray for the safety of the traveler to be, if you will. Alright, pray before the lantern crystal. Travel mercies. A colleague recently told me about the power of Akasha, a concept up at Razat Han, and how it reacts to strong emotion. I wonder if this method of praying to the crystal is a manifestation of that power. Well, that should about do it. With luck, your prayers will help guide the gleaner safely through the perils of his journey. Alright, we have prayed for the crystal, and now we deliver the crystal to the Vieira. Do we have any place here we haven't... No, we did. We have unlocked the whole map here, so... Not anything extra we're going to get for that. Do you have a lantern crystal for me? You have my thanks. With your prayer fueling its light, I have faith that it will keep me safe until my return. And now, I part for Girabanya. I hope your travels are successful, as well as mine. Goodbye, Bunny Bunny! We will miss you. While you were here, I loved you. Oh, I guess the other two quests are actually here, so... Mooselfret. That's a name. The lad in Labyrinthos. Mooselfret is awfully worried about something. Oh, what am I to do? Ah, you're that adventurer who helped out the students of Baldessian, aren't you? I suppose it matters not to you, but my son seems to have run away. Why was there a child here in the first place?
Ah, yes. Simply put, my wife and I work in Aporia, and she happened to conceive whilst we were living here in Charlie and Hamlet. I assure you we had many sleepless nights wondering if we should quit our jobs and leave Labyrinthos, or entrust the child to a friend of ours, who dwells somewhere more suitable. Ultimately, we decided to continue our work while raising the child here. After all, our research is focused on the very future that our offspring will inhabit. The issue is, however, that the magic that prevents us from revealing anything confidential is too potent to be used on children. Of course, we can't allow the little one to roam freely. There's no telling what he might impart unto others, so he has spent his entire life thus far within the confines of Charlie and Hamlet. We recently had a slight spat with him and, well, he decided to flee. I imagine me going after him would only make things worse. Could I ask you to talk to him in my stead? I'm sure he'd be much more willing to listen to, anyone other than his parents at this point. Thank you. Verpelaine, my boy, is most likely in the plaza to the east. I cannot imagine he struck out any further on his own.
Alright. It is time for us to go... Wait. Why is the red dot here? Oh, he's right here. Is that?
Who are you?
Nope. Oh, he's all the way up there. I have the feeling we're about to embark on another long quest, though. Oh.
I am not going home so easily. You probably won't believe it either, but I've noticed that all is not right in Labyrinthos.
Why don't you try telling me first?
Fine, I shall tell you what I've seen. The color of the artificial light here changed recently. I'm sure most people haven't noticed, but when you spent your whole life here, the difference is like night and day. Even so, no one will take me seriously when I bring it up, all because of my age. Got into a big fight with Father about it. But Labyrinthos is in danger. Who knows what would happen if the artificial sun broke? That's why I can't go home just yet. I need to get to the bottom of this first. Although, I'm scared to venture outside on my own. They say there's countless monsters out there. I don't suppose you would come with me. I could pay you. It's not much, but I do get pocket money from my parents.
Yeah. I'll gladly take your money, or you don't need to pay me. They'll be nice.
I thought you were different from the rest, but now you're treating me like a child, too. This is a proper deal, all right? You've got to take my money to make it binding. Then it's settled.
Well, so much for me being a nice guy. No nice bunnies for you. Here comes the sun. Verpelaine is chuffed that you're helping him.
I'm ready to go if you are. Oh, I suppose I should tell you a bit about the artificial sun first. It's got an engine called a reactor that burns with fire ether. My theory is that the reactor has too much ether now, and that's what's changed its color. Ergo, we should go to Phobos. I know someone who works there helping control the artificial sun. I'll bet he'll let us have a look around. It's in the medial circuit, so we should head for Logisticon Alpha first. Follow me so you don't get lost.
Follow him so you don't get lost. He vanishes into thin air. This makes sense. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep, beep. This song kind of grows on you. Like, it's weird. When you first get here, it's like, it's not Lahi. It's definitely not a Lahi. But it is still kind of... It's got a very, it's just got a very amusement park sound to it.
They don't usually let me into the medial circuit, but having you changes here changes everything.
Are you ready to enter?
Yes. Hello again, Verpolaine. You and your friend are free to go through.
We will see where we are going.
You have my thanks. It's so tiresome having your freedom limited because of your age. Anyway, let us make our way to Phobos.
It's funny. The quest name is called Here Comes the Sun, and I was almost about to start humming that particular song by that particular name. But I don't want the copyright bots to come after me. So I have to be like, I say nothing. Do 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 do. Yes, we're gonna play that old-fashioned timey song. Here comes the something or other. And I say, I don't want to be sued. Please don't sue me. I don't want to be sued. Oh no, don't sue me.
He says I can go and have a look. Wait here. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Wait, we don't get to go in? Aww. I wanted to see. I wanted to see the sun reactor. I've been gypped.
Well, he showed me the control panel, but there didn't seem to be anything wrong. The reactor's records didn't contain anything worth noting either.
That's what you were worried about, eh?
You do realize this place has been around as long as Labyrinthos, and we've never had a single problem. Nor have we been able to confirm this change in the light's hue you speak of. Are you certain you didn't just stare at the sun too long? We advise against that for a reason, you know. They can talk down to me all they want, but I know what I saw. If there's nothing wrong with it, that simply means the root of the problem lies elsewhere. Let's go.
Fiery Thirst Verpolaine is deep in thought.
Thank you for sticking around. It's nice to be believed for once. Now that it's clear the problem doesn't lie here, we should move on. Let's take a look at the supply route from the fire aspect Aether travels along from the elemental reactor to the artificial sun. I learned a while ago that the sun automatically goes into overdrive to maintain its brightness if it gets less fire Aether than it needs. If that is what's happening, then there must be a problem with the reactor's aether supply. To know for sure, we'll need to check the flow of the aether to see if there are any spots where it's abnormally weak. To do that, though, we need an aetherometer. Maybe we can borrow one from Merrill Ergonomics. Then we won't have to go out of our way.
Well, I hope they have one. That would be nice. Make things a lot easier. Oh. Oh, no, he's on this side. There he is. Oh, look what he's got there.
See? I fed them a lie about helping with some research, and they lent me an aetherometer. Come on, let's see if we can pick up any abnormal readings. Just as I thought. The concentration of fire ether is too low. It seems to be weakest at an area south of here. That must be where the problem lies.
You can tell all that just from the aetherometer?
Well, when you've got a father who's an expert in etherology and a mother who's a mathematician, you do learn a thing or two. What's more, I was born and raised here. It'd be embarrassing if I didn't know it better than everyone else. Now, let's get to the bottom of this.
All right. Where has he gone? Nope, just down south. All right. Oops, and now we cloudy again. Oh, hello there.
I have identified the problem. There's an anola here. There's only found near the elemental reactor. I can't say for sure if it came here on the purpose or simply got lost, but either way it's clearly been feeding on fire-aspected ether. Most of the ether travels deep underground on its way from the reactor, but the supply route is close to the surface here. I imagine the anola must be pretty powerful at this point. If it's been here absorbing all of that ether, no doubt its core is full of it. If I can just get my hands on that core, I could use it to convince the adults that I was right all along. Do you think you can slay it for me?
Can I slay it for you? Who does he think I am? I'm the warrior Lay. I slay guys like him for breakfast. We got it.
Nicely done. Can you show me the core?
What does it say? A core brutally ripped out of an anola.
So this is what an abundance of ether can do to their cores. It's massive. Fathers of the others will have no choice but to believe me when they see this.
Oh. Verpalain is ready to prove that he is in the right, the hero in Labyrinthos.
Come on, let's waste no time in showing this to Father. It's time he acknowledged that I'm right.
So this is where you've been hiding.
Father, fancy seeing you here. I was just about to come home and tell you that I found the problem with the sun.
Are you still hopping on about that?
You could have gotten yourself hurt pursuing this nonsense. And you, I told you to bring my son back to me and instead you go off gallivanting with him.
Yeah, your son's right, you know.
Fine. I shall hear what you have to say.
I've got a big core and it does not lie. You other researchers can't deny. When a kid walks in with a big old core that gets round in your face. Oh my. I've never seen a core like this in my life. I see no reason to doubt your suggestion that it was feeding on the fire aspected ether.
So you finally admit that I was right about the sun? Well, yes. However, it matters not now that I know how serious the situation is. What do you mean? Kitasha's already slain the Anala. Surely everything will go back to normal now. I'm afraid not. If the artificial sun was under such strain for a prolonged period of time, it could be on the verge of combustion by now. We'll need to cool it post-haste. Alas, this requires multiple soma cores. The constructs can be found in Konkol's forge. Please, we've no time to waste. You must retrieve 2 cores for me. We'll begin handling the process at Phobos. Find us there when you have the cores in hand.
Oh my. Alright, so we need to go get some center Somalias and... Let's see. I think it's still going to be quicker to teleport. I don't know. It'll be quick enough. Yeah, they got the fire going on, and we need some cooling rods to shove in the reactor before it explodes. Speaking of, well, no, not reactors, but that reminds me of I'm reminded for some reason because it reminds me of the one of the first primals that got released for the game, Leviathan. It was interesting because he was originally supposed to come out a lot sooner than he did. One of the things that I've always found was I always thought that the primal, the Great King Moogelmog was kind of a little bit of a weird primal to put into Realm Reborn. It seemed very out of place, and I had never understood why. Turns out that actually Leviathan was supposed to be the primal that came out that time. However, it just so happened that just right before they were about to release it, the tsunami hit Japan in like 2014. So of course, you know, having a tsunami hit Japan, you know, all those lives that were lost, all the damage that was done, and then you release a primal that's all about water and tsunamis and tidal waves and everything. So they shoved Leviathan off for a patch and brought Moogelmog so that we could have something to fight in the meantime. So I don't know why that made me think of that all of a sudden, but I guess the cooling water and you know, doing those things was kind of like, oh yeah, it's how they work certain concepts of real life into here. Oh, here they are, center somas. Well, I guess we just have to beat them up. No, absolutely. Yeah, it totally makes sense why they would do such a thing. I just realized I'm about to die because I'm... Oh, these are level 88s and I'm fighting them as a... What am I? A level 80. So... Hey! We fine? We good? We good? Hi, Greg. Good morning. All right, we are heading to Musselfret. Musselfret, where are you? You are... Oh, you're back up in Fuba. Oh, that's gonna be all... I think our best bet is definitely gonna be to teleport there. Yes, it is technically morning for you. The fun about streaming on the West Coast. The West Coast is kind of the weird coast for streaming because it doesn't really match up with anybody. Like, because most of the East Coast goes to sleep by this point, and there's not really. I mean, we can hit Hawaii and I guess Australia. You can kind of hit. Actually, hold on. I have it on my. Oh, but I can't look on my phone because it's there. Wait, but I do know Australia is 7 hours. It's about 7 hours behind in front of. So you go back 7 hours. So it's what? I think that means it's about 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock tomorrow, Australian time. Oh, it's 4? Oh, no, it's 5. It depends. Yeah. I'm almost there. Close. Yep. Japan or Korean and Aussie friends are all awake and gaming. Yeah, it's mid-afternoon for them. But it is always that odd. I've always found it to be kind of that odd time. Oh, well, the whole gang's here. Ah, how horrible is this? Everybody else gets a name, but Verpalane's mother is just Verpalane's mother.
My son has told me all about how you helped him. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is not important. What is important is my son. Did you manage to procure the cores?
Yes, we did. And yes. Yes, it is.
Splendid. Then let us save our son.
Here's the thing. Time is a, well, the time as we know it is a human construct. It's just a measurement. Time would still be going on whether or not we measured it or not. We just have this really fun way that kind of hasn't make sense for everybody. Oh, speaking of, well, we'll get back to that in a second.
All right, I think we can finally relax. The artificial sun is stable once more. Clearly, we were also enveloped in our own research that we neglected to keep an eye on the systems that allow us to live down here in the first place. I shudder to think what could have befallen us had you and my son not taken action. You have my thanks for saving us from disaster. And I owe you something else, my son. An apology. I was a fool to ignore your warnings simply because of your age. It's fine, Father. Really. In that case, might you be interested in helping some find potential improvements for the systems that govern our sun? Of course. I can think of several already.
All right, researchers are doing what researchers do. I think we are leave you smart and fine people to it. Also,
Kitasha, I want to thank you properly for being so helpful. Could you come and visit me again in Charlie and Hamlet?
Yep, so we can end the quest off properly. Also, let's take a moment here and realize that we haven't even gotten to they have basically wined off the whole discussion that we came here to look at the state of the sun, and all their instruments said that the sun was fine. And yet, just by knowing what was coming for it, they were able to determine that it was about to explode instead. Maybe they want to take a look at those instruments that monitor the sun. Take a, small look at how those diagnostics are working. Yeah. Might want to check out those things and see if they can actually detect if the sun is performing normally or is about to supernova and explode. That seems like that would be a worthwhile thing for them to check out, but for some reason they made no mention of that in this whatsoever. Right? Yeah, safeguards, that would actually look for those kind of things and report them properly. What's this son's name again? Chernobyl? Fushikawa? San Onofre? Yeah. I mean, you kind of look at it, just kind of looks like a couple of titties. Or is that? Oh, that's because I'm looking this way. They ain't row titties, but they my titties.
Thank you again. Here's your reward. It's my pocket money, with an additional something from my parents. I was so happy that you listened to me and decided to trust my knowledge. I hope our paths cross again when I've become a researcher in my own right. I'll be sure to make you proud.
Thanks for your pocket money. All right, we have one last quest to do to unlock flying, and I hope, let's take a look. Let's make sure I have done all the other Aether Currents, so we are good. The Vexed Veterinarian has the quest Let the Good Times Troll. A veterinarian in Charlian Hamlet is wrangling with a beast of a problem.
Excuse me, ma'am. I couldn't help but notice that you have a way about you that simply screams, I have an affinity for creatures of the wild. And since I'm never wrong about such things, might I trouble you? You see, amongst the troops of trolls living in the outer circuit, I came upon one who was sick beyond measure. I took the poor creature in at once and saw him healed, of course, but when I attempted to return him to his rightful home, he flew into a panic, as if he could not bear the thought of going back. To make matters worse, the troll saw fit to escape into a den of Analas. I would go after him, but I'm so fumble-footed I'd scare him off like a nut and be torn limb from the pain by the fiends. So I turned to you. Would you seek out this troll of which I spoke? I shall provide you with his favorite food, and with it, you should be able to calm the piteous thing. Hopefully that will be enough to see his senses restored, and for him to come hurrying back. And, though I shudder to think of it, if any of those fell Analas seek to impede you or pester that troll, make those beasts regret their interference. Oh, and don't worry, you'll be rewarded for your efforts.
All right, our final act of the evening is to be we have been a savior to one troll tonight. Apparently we need to save some more. Because trolls, right? Although, let's be honest, the trolls they got in this game were adorable. I'm already looking forward to making that one my pet. Oh. The wayward troll. And look, he's already been beset upon. Oh, that was get him. Oh. Well, they went down fast. Grrr. Ripe fruit. No troll can resist a fruit this ripe in more than one way according to your olfactory senses. Oh my. Oh my.
Mwah!
Oh. Apparently that's all it took, and he ran away. If only all trolls were that nice. Just feed them some ripe fruit and they just go away. Although we have been lucky, we haven't really had a whole lot. We haven't had any trolls so far. We've had Russian bots, but that's been about it. So, not too shabby. Oh, and look, he's come back.
Look, he's returned. I can't thank you enough. I know they may not look like it, but trolls are really quite intelligent. Indeed, they are an intrinsic part of the woodlands of Labyrinthos and keep it healthy and thriving. Though we've a responsibility to put down the more violent and unruly ones, most trolls, such as this one, are kind, docile things. In fact, my friend here has a real chance of becoming a leader of his tribe. Perhaps even guardian of the forest someday. It is we who saw these creatures removed from their natural habitats and relocated them within Labyrinthos. Thus, we've a responsibility to watch over them, to ensure that they are well, and it would be too cruel to dispose of one simply because they are under the weather. Yes, your reward. Here as promised. Now then, it's high time I saw this fellow return to the outer circuit. Farewell, adventurer.
Bye-bye, trolls. Woo! And there is our special announcement that we can now finally... Yes, we have now unlocked flying in Labyrinthos. Very nice. And I think that is where we are going to end tonight's stream, because that seems like a perfectly good goal to have reached. So of course, what does that mean? That means that next time we'll be doing more side quests. Maybe we'll do more than 4. Probably not. Who knows what distractions will happen next time. I'm sure we'll all be wonderful. But as always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. This has been a wonderful evening, and you guys all made it happen. So thanks for sticking around and making it fun. As always, if you like the stream, make sure you hit the subscribe button and get that notification bell. What is it? Smash that like button, then pound the subscribe and ding dong that bell so you know when I'm going live. Also, make sure you check out my Twitter feed so you pump that follow button so that you know when I'm going doing all kinds of things and talking about things. I'm talking to you. Tweet, 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 tweet. Yeah, that's for you. Am I cool yet? Am I cool? I'm not cool yet. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your night. We will see you on Saturday when we will be doing more side quests in Labyrinthos. Until then, have a great rest of your week. And until then,